Hey guys, it's Geeky and we're back with episode 2 of The Breakfast Club. Detention Borden gets the best of Bender, who leads the group on a dangerous adventure through the school's empty hallways. So I have like 10 gems. We'll see if that's going to be enough to get us a gem choice. You also get gems from watching videos. You can watch, I don't know how many you can watch a day, but I did watch a couple of videos to get it up to 10. And we'll see if that's enough without having to buy like a promotional pack or something. Vernon stares at the knife in Allison's hand. By all indications, he's several levels less than pleased. Give me that knife. Vernon steps toward Allison and rips the switchblade out of her hand. What the hell are you doing with this, Missy? Allison is frozen. Hey you, what's her name? The look on Allison's increasingly crimson face suggests spontaneous combustion is not entirely out of the question. Vernon turns to you. I want an answer. I want answers now. Oh, we found it in the library. We found it in the library, sir. You expect me to just believe there was a switchblade laying around the library? It's the truth, sir. Where did it come from? I don't know, sir, but Allison found it in one of the bookshelves. Allison nods in agreement. I know we weren't supposed to get up, but Allison was having a panic attack. I suggested she take a walk to calm her nerves. Allison nods again. When she came back, she said she found the knife sticking out of a copy of War and Peace. Ironic. Anyway, that's when you came in, right guys? You look at the rest of the kids and they all nod affirmatively. Vernon narrows his eyes, assessing the situation. Nice try, sweetheart, but possession is 9/10 of the law. Vernon grabs Allison by the arm. You're expelled. Come on, Missy, let's go. Allison squeals as Vernon pulls her towards the library door. Dick, excuse me, Rich. Vernon stops and turns to face Bender. Are you really dumb enough to believe that's her knife? Vernon lets go of Allison. You just bought yourself another Saturday, mister. Eat my shorts. What was that? Eat my shorts. You just bought one more. Well, I'm free this Saturday after that. Beyond that, I'm gonna have to check my calendar. Good, because it's gonna be filled. Take the heat off Bender, but we might get in trouble. But I guess he's trying to take the heat off of Allison. Oh. Sir, I think I'd stay out of this if I were you, Bailey. But sir, watch it, honey. You're walking a very thin line. The phone in your office is ringing. I don't hear anything. I hear it too. Vernon listens for the fictitious phone ring and then starts to head towards the door. You're mine, John Bender. What can I say? I'm thrilled. Oh, I'm sure that's exactly what you want these people to believe. You ought to spend a little more time trying to do something with yourself and a little less time trying to impress people. You might be better off. Vernon walks out the library and lets the door slam behind him. I'll just skip that. 11:59 a.m. The gang hangs around the table staring into various points in space. The alarm on Brian's watch goes off. Time for lunch. As everyone settles into their seats, you scan the room deciding who to sit with. Sit with Claire and Andrew, sit with Bender, sit with Allison, sit with Brian. We've been picking Brian the whole time. Let's go with Allison. You take a seat next to Allison. I wanted that knife. Enough to get expelled for it? Yes. Allison looks you up and down like she's sizing you up. You ever find a dead body? No. Why? Just wondering if we have anything in common. People say I'm a freak. I wonder what would give them that impression. We're all freaks in our own way. What's freaky about you? I play bongos in the nude. I've seen a UFO. I'm actually pretty normal. Let's say I thought we've seen a UFO. I saw a UFO once. I don't believe you. It's true. I was stargazing in my backyard as a kid, and there it was, a shiny saucer with blinking blue lights. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was abducted by aliens once. Allison unwraps her sandwich, white bread with one slice of olive loaf. She peels her olive loaf off the bread and whips it in the air in disgust. It lands with a splat on the face of a modern sculpture before sliding off and onto the floor. She then proceeds to empty several pixie sticks onto the bread, and then smashes a handful of Sugar O's cereal on top. That looks interesting. Everyone watches in a mix of confusion and horror as Allison brings the unholy concoction to her mouth. Allison takes a huge bite. Did you guys hear the crunch? Just then, Bender plops himself lazily in the chair next to you. So, thanks for owning up about the knife. That was cool. Yeah, well, it was mine. And thanks for trying to take the heat off me. I know Vernon's phone wasn't ringing. No problem. He sits down and checks out Brian's lunch bag. What are we having? It's just your standard regular lunch, I guess. Where's yours? Don't have one. You didn't bring lunch? Nope. Bender inspects the contents of Brian's lunch bag. Well, Brian, this is a very nutritious lunch. All the food groups are represented. Did your mom marry Mr. Rogers? No, Mr. Johnson. Ask about Brian's home life, ask about Bender's home life. Bender. So what about your family, Bender? Yeah, what's it like at your house, tough guy? Oh, mine? That's real easy. Bender launches into an impression of his father laying into him. Stupid, worthless, no good, goddamn freeloading son of a bitch. Big mouth, know-it-all, asshole jerk. Bender now switches to an impression of his mother. You forgot ugly, lazy, and disrespectful. Bender's father slaps his mother. Shut up. Go fix me a turkey pot pie. Now Bender shifts back and forth between playing himself and his father. What about you, Dad? F you. No, Dad, what about you? F you. No, Dad, what about you? F you. Bender then mimics his father beating him. There's an uneasy quiet in the library. Is that for real? Want to come over sometime? That's bullshit. It's all part of your image. I don't believe a word of it. I think he's being honest. Sounds real to me. Well, I don't buy it. You don't believe me? No. No? Did I stutter? Bender goes over to Andrew and pulls up his sleeve to reveal a circular-shaped burn. Do you believe this, huh? It's about the size of a cigar. Do I stutter? Bender thrusts his arm a little closer to Andrew's face. See, this is what you get in my house when you spill paint in the garage. Bender heads towards a book-covered table in the back and throws all the books onto the floor in a rage. I'm done sitting here with you effing dildos. He jumps into the table and grabs the railing on the stairs to the second floor. He pulls himself up and takes a seat on the stairs facing away from the rest of you. As tears form in Bender's eyes, the rest of you return to your lunches. 34 diamonds to share our lunch with Bender! Alright, hold on, guys. Alright, we are back and we're going to share our lunch with a Bender. Story branch, you've made an impactful choice. It sounds like my sound is gone. I don't know, it probably glitched out when I was doing the deal. You grab your lunch and head over to where Bender is sitting on the stairs. He looks up at you as you take a seat next to him. What do you want? I hate eating alone. You hungry? I could eat. We get the music back. Share your lunch, share your sandwich, split everything equally. You hand Bender half your turkey sandwich and chips. Bender hungrily takes a bite of the sandwich. What, no mayo? My grandfather made it. He doesn't believe in condiments. Condiments are like God. You don't really have a choice to believe in them or not. I mean, he thinks they're a luxury. How come you didn't bring lunch? out of cash. Besides, I'd rather spend my money on other things. Like what? Extracurricular activities? Be inquisitive? Be sarcastic? Let's be inquisitive. I thought you weren't heavy into activities. That's not what I'm talking about. So what are you talking about? What else? Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. So what are you into? Music, sports, anything? No, come on. That's like she's trying to flirt with him. Let's say music. I'm really into music. Oh yeah? What kind? Classical, country, rock, soul. You don't have pop? Let's say rock. Nice. Maybe we should check out a show sometime. Maybe. So what made you come over here? We're gonna be flirty. Everybody wished they could have flirted with Bender. I've been hoping for some alone time with you all morning. Oh yeah? Yeah, surprised? A little. I didn't think I was your type. Well, think again. You give Bender your sexiest stare. After a moment, he breaks eye contact, suddenly a little shy. Listen, thanks for coming over. I appreciate it. Don't mention it. For all his bluster, Bender seems genuinely touched. The two of you sit quietly and eat the rest of your lunch together. Oh, it's so cute. 12:50. Post-lunch malaise has begun to set in. Bender slides out his chair and jumps to his feet. I say we blow this pop stand. Mr. Vernon said we should stay in our seats. Well, I need to stretch my legs. Bender marches over to the door. Where are you gonna go? There's something I want to get. What? It's a surprise. Is it a yay, I feel so good to be a part of this kind of surprise? Or I can't believe this is happening to me kind of surprise? If I told you, it would ruin the surprise. So, hotshot, you up for a field trip? I could use a walk. Lead the way. Are you serious? Aren't you bored? That's the spirit. Are the rest of you paying attention? Allison gets up and goes to Bender's side. Claire bites her lip and joins you two. Damn it. Andrew shakes his head but succumbs to the peer pressure. Bender cracks a smile. That just leaves you, Wonder Worm. Ready to blossom into the butterfly? It's actually caterpillars that turn into butterflies. Well then, Captain Caterpillar, ready to grow some balls? Brian knows it's the wrong decision, but he gets up anyway. Bender flips up his collar, opens the door, and checks down the hall. Vernon's gone. He gives the all clear and disappears out of sight. The rest of you follow suit. You all follow Bender as he stretches down the empty hallway. How do you know where Vernon went? I don't. Well, then how do you know when he'll be back? I don't. Being bad feels pretty good, huh? Can't say Bender doesn't keep things interesting. Claire is unnerved and intrigued at the same time. Where are we going? Beats me. This is so stupid. Why are we risking getting caught? I don't know. So then, what are we doing? You asked me one more question and I'm beating the shit out of you. What? Brian sheepishly turns to you for support. Aren't you worried what Vernon will do if he catches us? You're cute when you're nervous. Guess it depends on what he catches us doing. You know, you're pretty cute when you're all nervous. You give Brian a coy smile. He blushes. Well, good, because that's most of the time. Bender holds up his fist, signaling everyone to halt in front of a row of lockers. Here we are. Want to guess which one is mine? The one with the heart stickers? The one with the Wiccan symbols? The one with the news? You point to the one that has "Open this locker and you die" graffitied in marker, with an actual news hanging from the top. Ding, ding, ding! We have a winner, folks. Let's show them what they've won. Bender opens the locker, and an actual guillotine comes slicing down and chops one of his gym sneakers in half. He rifles around through piles of moldy food and stinky clothes. Made on vacation? Nah, I'd just rather spend my money on this. Bender grabs a paper bag and pulls out a smaller paper bag inside, which is even smaller paper bag. Inside the last paper bag is a small plastic bag, which Bender shoves into his pocket. Is that what I think it is? Screw that, Bender. Put it back. Forget detention, we're going straight to juvie. Brian turns to you. Do you approve of this? Just say no. I'm with Nancy Reagan. Just say no is my policy. Footsteps echo nearby. That's gotta be Vernon. We should go. Put it back, Bender. Too late. Bender slams the locker shut. He walks away as the rest of you follow. Just as you turn the corner, you see Vernon heading back towards the library. You quickly change direction and run the other way. Wait, we have to go through the cafeteria. No, the activities hall. Hey man, you don't know what you're talking about. No, you don't know what you're talking about. Allison squeals with anxiety. Andrew and Bender look to you. Follow Bender? He seems like he gets in trouble enough to know what to do. I say we go with Bender. We're through listening to you. We're going this way. Andrew runs down the hall and the others follow behind, except you and Bender. Live together, die alone? Bender reluctantly takes off after the group and you pick up behind. Everyone rushes down a flight of stairs and down a long hall. You turn a corner and run straight into a gated corridor. Bender slams the bars with his fist. Told you we should have listened to Bender. We're dead. No, just me. Get back to the library. Bender stuffs a plastic bag into Brian's underwear. If you get caught, you're gonna get expelled. Well, as Fordo said, if I disappeared forever, it wouldn't make any difference. And someone's gonna have to take the heat for this, or we all will. So you're gonna try and be a hero? Believe me, I'd love it if one of you dipsticks stepped up to the plate. He makes eye contact with everyone in the group. They all avoid his gaze. He looks at you last. Help Bender out? No. What? Okay, we're gonna help Bender out. Oh my gosh. No. You're already in enough trouble. Bender looks relieved. Guess I'll owe you one now. Guess you will. I'll hand to Vernon. Now go. Before anyone can respond, you sprint down the hallway, banging on the lockers along the way. Let's go, Shermer, let's go. You chant up and down the hall until Vernon catches up to you. Smith, what the hell do you think you're doing? Vernon snags you by the collar and drags you into an empty classroom. Vernon pushes you into a desk. Take a seat. You fall into a chair and brace yourself for Vernon's wrath. I just don't understand you kids today. Be genuine. You barely know us, sir. I know enough. Vernon leans in close and thrusts a finger in your face. If you don't change course, you're going to end up just like John Bender. A waste of space. Suck up to Vernon? Stick up for Bender? I didn't know we were going to stick up for Bender. Bender's got a rough life. He's just trying to figure things out. Is that what he's got you believing? It's the truth, sir. Well, this isn't about Bender. This is about you. So why don't you take some time to think about that essay you're supposed to write? Vernon marches through the doorway, pulling the door closed behind him. You hear the door lock and Vernon's footsteps fading down the hallway. This is way better than the movie. At least you're not like locked into a closet or something. The minutes creep slowly by as you sit alone in the empty classroom. Just then, you're startled by a noise coming from the ceiling. You look up to see Bender's head dangling down from an open square in the ceiling tiles. Mind if I drop in? Jesus, Bender, you scared the crap out of me. Bender climbs down from the ceiling vent and takes a seat next to you. What are you doing here? I said I owed you one. Well, here's your payback. By the way, I heard your conversation with Vernon. I was just being honest. And possibly committing academic suicide? Yeah, well, what can I say? Well, listen, as much as I'd love to stay and chat, I think we should probably get this show on the road. What? You mean through the vents? No, through the locked door. Yes, genius, the vents. They lead straight back to the library. Now let's get the hell out of here. Slowly but surely, you inch forward through the vent with Bender leading the way. You really think this is going to hold our weight? Relax. Just keep moving. As Bender passes through the vent, he starts telling a joke to ease the tension. A naked blonde walks into a bar with a poodle under one arm and a 2-foot salami under the other. She lays the poodle on the table. The bartender says, I suppose you won't be needing a drink. The naked lady says, Let the Bender finish the joke. The vent begins to creak under your weight as Bender continues. The naked lady says, "Oh shit." The bottom of the vent gives out. Crash. You and Bender fall through the ceiling and land on the top floor of the library. As the other kids stare and mouse agape, the two of you casually saunter down the stairs, dusting yourselves off. Suddenly, the door bursts open and Vernon runs into the library. Hide under Claire and Andrew's table. Hide under Allison's desk. She's cool. You quickly duck under Allison's table as Bender hides under Claire's desk. What in God's name is going on in here? What was that ruckus? Vernon scans the library trying to locate the source of the ruckus. The students all shrug and look at one another, feigning confusion. What ruckus? I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus. Could you describe the ruckus, sir? Watch your tongue, young man. Watch it. As you crouch nervously under the table, you inhale a puff of dust and start to choke. To cover it up, Allison starts coughing. That noise? Was that the noise you were talking about? No, it wasn't. Now, I may not have caught you in the act this time, but you can bet I will. Allison giggles. Vernon points his finger angrily at her. Mark my words, Missy, I will not be made a fool of. And with that, he turns around and heads to the door. Unfortunately for him, there's a paper toilet seat cover sticking out of his pants. As the door slams shut, everyone commences laughing hysterically. You and Bender get out from under the tables. Everyone looks at you waiting for an explanation. Be cool, be funny, be sincere. Vernon locked me in the classroom, but Bender rescued me. I rescued her. And then you crawled through the vents to get back here? Yep. And Bailey, that was really cool. What was? How you sacrificed yourself for the rest of us? Seriously, I wouldn't have had the nerve to do that. Your legend continues to grow. Yeah, you really helped us. But you're kind of crazy, you know that? Crazy is just a higher level of consciousness. You're welcome? Bender heads over to Brian and sticks out his hand. So Ahab, Keeble mean Dubid? I don't know. Well, he doesn't even know. The package in your underpants. Brian digs around his pants and hands the plastic baggie to Bender. Yo, wastoid, you're not going to do that in here. Let's put it to a vote. So what do you say, Bailey? Feel like taking a study break? Oh, I can't remember how this goes. I guess we're in. Well, I didn't take the risk not to reap the rewards. Now you're talking. Bender starts towards the back of the library. You follow him. Claire gets up and joins you. Then Brian. Shit. Andrew begrudgingly gets up and goes with the group. Allison is the only one who stays behind. A thick haze hangs in the air. You and the crew are chilling on the couches in the back of the library. Brian is now wearing sunglasses and looking decidedly more relaxed. You crazy, man. Crazy. He falls back into a giggle fit. Meanwhile, Claire is rambling. Do you know how popular I am? I'm so popular. Everybody loves me so much at this school. Bender laughs along. The pain present on his face throughout the day is no longer there. So Bailey, what were you like back at your old high school? I was a bit of a loner. I kept to myself mostly. I'm kind of a loner. I don't get that. The whole point of school is to make friends. The whole point of school is to get into college. So you can get into graduate school. So you can get a good career. And spend the rest of your life behind a desk until you're old and gray? No thanks. Hey, where's Andrew? Just then a rock-on blast from a smaller room inside the library. The door whips open and Andrew emerges through a wall of smoke. Speak of the sporto. Andrew unzips his sweatshirt and pumps his fist to the music. He takes off running through the library, dancing at 1,000,000 miles an hour. He executes a series of acrobatic cartwheels, tumble-salts, and vaults over the bookshelves. Guys, this is a classic, so if you haven't seen this movie, you guys gotta watch it. And it'll all, make more sense if you haven't. Ooh, you're a regular Mary Lou Retton. Andrew jumps on a bench, pulls off his sweatshirt, and beats his chest. You and the rest of the crew hoot and holler at the unexpected display of emotion from Andrew. Who taught you to dance? John Travolta? Grandmother? Everyone laughs like giddy goofballs. Andrew dances back into the music room and slams the door. He pumps his fists and screams. Ah! The glass door shatters into a pile of shards. Allison looks on from afar, intrigued. Through the broken glass, Andrew calls out to you. Think you could do better, Bailey? How about a dance-off? Maybe. What does the winner get? If you win, you get my varsity jacket. But if I win, you have to write my essay. Whoa, this is like taking all of my little precious gems. We're going to accept the challenge. Okay, Andrew, I accept your challenge. The rest of the kids shout their approval. Well, all right, let's do this. But I get to choose the music. Sure, what's it gonna be? Let's see, disco. Give me some disco. You got it. Andrew keys up a disco track and hits play. The beats start pumping through the speakers as you get to your feet and face off against Andrew. Show us what you got, hotshot. You slide towards Andrew and segue into some splashy disco moves, ending in a pretty well-executed split. Boom, top that. Andrew looks a little nervous as he didn't realize who he was facing off against. I'm not a dancer. No? Then let's see what you got. Andrew launches into his own routine. It's decent, but clearly not as good as yours. You turn to the rest of the crew. Survey says, Bailey. Andrew. Sorry, Andrew. I gotta go with Bailey, too. Bailey by a mile. That's 3-1. Bailey wins. Hand it over, Sporto. You reach out your hand towards Andrew. Reality dawns as he passes his beloved Letterman jacket to you. Here, you won it fair and square. Keep the jacket, give it back. As cool as it would be to have the jacket, you feel bad for Andrew and decide not to take it. That's another day. Never make a bet when you're on a steady break. Thanks, Bailey. That's pretty cool of you. I still get to keep the title, right? Totally. Andrew raises your hand in the air. Bailey, Shermer High Dance Champion 1985. That's a good year, guys. You put both hands in the air triumphantly as the other kids cheer on you. Or cheer you on, cheer on you. What am I saying? Everyone is winding down after the study break. Brian, you got a middle name? Yeah, guess. Allison approaches and sits down next to Brian. Your middle name is Ralph, as in puke. Your birthday is March 12th. You're 5'9.5". You weigh 130 pounds. And your social security number is 0493800913. Are you psychic? No. Well, would you mind telling me how you know all this about me? It's still your wallet. Allison reveals Brian's wallet. Give it to me. No. Give it. Allison tosses the wallet to you. You check out Brian's ID. This is the worst fake ID I've ever seen. Do you realize you made yourself 68? Oh, I know. I goofed it. What do you need a fake ID for? So I can vote. Everyone laughs. This is probably going to sound really weird, but today has been the best day I've had in a long time. I feel the same way. Claire laughs. That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. I'm serious. I kind of agree with them. Well, I'm going to be here every Saturday for the next 2 months, so you're all welcome to join me. Something occurs to Claire as she turns to you. You know, we've been stuck together all day, but we don't really know anything about you. Yeah, Bailey, tell us something weird about you. I once ate 30 pickles in 3 minutes. This one time someone dared me to eat 30 pickles in 3 minutes. That sounds awful. Were they kosher, dill, gherkin? An assortment? Why? Just trying to paint a picture. So what was the aftermath? I puked for 3 hours and peed neon green for a week. Well, I know something about Bailey that she's not telling us. Your eyes widen as Allison pulls a crumpled piece of paper from her bag and dangles it in front of the group. Oh boy, you wear your heart on your sleeve and are beloved for it. I'm still an open book. All right. Allison, you chose to sit next to Allison at lunch. You chose to sacrifice yourself for the group. For Bender, you chose to share lunch with Bender. You chose to follow Bender. You chose to sacrifice yourself for the group. You flirted with Bender. You chose to stick up for Bender. I see a pattern. You chose to sacrifice yourself for the group. You chose to flirt with Brian. You chose to sacrifice yourself for the group. You accepted Andrew's challenge, and you chose to let him keep his thing, his jacket. Nice. All right, guys, that is the end of episode 2. We earned 1 gem, which isn't going to really help us do much in the next episode. Let's hold off so we can see what the little episode 3. The group starts to open up to one another. Secrets are revealed and relationships are formed. Detention is coming to an end, but the story of the Breakfast Club is just getting started. Yes, we're going to do what happens after. I'm really excited. I'm so excited to see that. But okay, guys, I will see you all in the next one.